820 AM, WBAP.
Chief Meteorologist Brad Barton. Well, how bad is the storm? Well, it's this bad. It's knocked out our power in northwestern Dallas County right now. We do know that at least 20,000 people were without power a few minutes ago in the Encore grid, probably more going down now. Reminder that some intense gusty winds are moving through the area, probably 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts till 10 o'clock, so that's 20 minutes away. Johnson County south of Fort Worth, there was a significant notch on the radar the last time we checked, and it was continuing to move to the northeast about 55 miles per hour. So everybody in Cleburne needs to be taking shelter. And in terms of the line of thunderstorms moving through the area, again, all the counties in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, really from the Oklahoma border clear on down to Waco at least, are covered by severe thunderstorm warnings at this hour. A line of severe thunderstorms is raking across the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and thousands, tens of thousands of people are going down without power right now. We have some new severe thunderstorm warnings coming up. Okay, for Kaufman County and for Tarrant County, new severe thunderstorm warnings have been issued until 9:40 for Kaufman and Tarrant counties. David, we can do an EAS on that if you'll just tell me when you're ready. But that's what we'll probably plan to do. Let me bring that warning up so we're ready for it. The internet has gone down too, so what we're operating on now is just 4G at the moment. Tell you what, let's hold that EAS for just a minute. I think everybody knows in Tarrant County they are under a warning, and there's no sense cluttering up the air at this moment. The line of severe thunderstorms continues to track across the area with 50 to 60 mile per hour winds, major power outages, and thankfully, we're not getting any hail. We are getting torrential rainfall, visibility cut to about a quarter mile in torrential rain, and the only tornadic activity that was suspected was down in Cleburne. We did have an area of suspicion that ran from Jacksboro in Jack County all the way across Wise County south of Decatur, and then down into Tarrant County, around Hazlet, northwestern Tarrant County. David Bradbury was reporting on that a little bit earlier. David Pena, can you tell me if Dave or Brian are on the phone right now, available? No, they may not be yet. When they are, just let me know. But in the meantime, we're going to do what we can broadcasting by phone in the area. Severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect for Dallas County till at least 10:45 tonight as these storms continue to move through. There will be some damage to see in the morning. At the minimum, I think you can expect to see some fences blown over and a few shingles pulled up. The other thing is, as we mentioned very early on in this situation, that we suggested that you get off the roads, stay off the roads during a situation like this because, number one, the torrential rain makes it almost impossible to see, and number two, as Dave Bradbury was mentioning just a few moments ago, that there was quite a bit of road debris in northwestern county that he was seeing. So let's go ahead and switch to Dave Bradbury right now. David, where are you and what are you seeing right now?
Brad, I am headed south and east, trying to get ahead of that storm, that tornadic storm in Johnson County, and lots of heavy traffic and the wind blown from the high gust of winds we had a bit ago caused quite a bit of damage, but I estimate those winds to be at least 65 to 70 miles an hour just ahead of the approaching storm. So when I got in, it was a terrific wind gust and probably what's causing a lot of the power outages and problems. But we're headed south and east trying to get ahead of the storm right now so we can see what's going on with this storm because looks like it's going to intersect somewhere between Seagoville and Kaufman in the next little bit.
Okay, thank you very much. So give me your location one more time, David, before you go away from us.
I'm currently in downtown Dallas, getting on 175.
Okay, very good. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Brian and Bryant are also still spotting the storm, but they've also been caught in the middle of it as well. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and anywhere near the WBAP listening area, you know exactly what's going on. We're just in a torrential rainfall, line of severe thunderstorms moving through the area right now, and the best thing is to hunker down inside, stay away from windows, and let the storm pass. Now, the actual storm part is not very wide. The severe thunderstorm line is probably only about 10 or 15 miles thick, and with the storm vectors, moving northeast at like 50 to 60 miles per hour, the worst of the storm is going to be over within maybe a matter of half an hour or so. So the smart thing to do, if you're caught out in it now in your car, we know a lot of people are listening to WBAP in their cars, just, park it on the side in a parking lot somewhere. Certainly do not try to stop under an overpass on a freeway. That's one of the most dangerous as well as one of the most inconsiderate things you can do. Please do not do that. I beg your pardon? Stand by. No, you're talking about for Tarrant and Kaufman County? Yes, let's go ahead and do that. What's the expiration time on that? 10:45 on your computer? You still there? Yeah. No, I'm talking. David Pena. Expiration time, I think, is 10:45 on that. And that's a severe thunderstorm warning. Is that right for the two counties again? You can remind me. Tarrant and Kaufman. Okay, yeah, I'll be ready anytime you want to go with that. Okay, we'll go ahead and put that out by phone. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready anytime. We are programming at the request of the National Weather Service to activate the North Texas Emergency Alert System. The National Weather Service has issued severe thunderstorm warnings for Tarrant and for Kaufman counties until 12:45. At 9:46, a line of severe thunderstorms was progressing to the east at 55 miles per hour with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and small hail. This storm has produced widespread power outages and is impossible to drive through. Once again, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Tarrant and for Kaufman counties until 10:45. All North Texas stations affected by this alert are requested to relay the preceding message. And we're still in live coverage here. Meteorologist Brad Barton with WBAP News Crew. You're going to be hearing more people from WBAP shortly. Our spotters are still out in the field. Brian Draper, Bryant Patterson, and Dave Bradbury. You may be in the dark, as I am. You may be without cable internet, as I am. But, of course, with the 4G available, and you can always go on the phone, so that's what we're doing the best we can right now. We hope that these power outages that we're seeing are lightning resets. I fear they may not be, with the 50 to 60 to possibly 70 mile per hour winds moving through the area. We could have significant damage to the local power grid, physical damage to the power lines going down and pulling away from the meters on the house. So this is a dangerous storm to be in the middle of. Again, one tornado warning for Johnson County continues in effect for a few more minutes. That storm was west of Cleburne, and it has about 11 minutes to go on its expiration time. That's a tornado warning for Johnson County. Everything else throughout the entire area here on both sides of I-35 is under a severe thunderstorm warning for at least another 30 to 45 minutes. We're seeing intense lightning with these storms moving through, and torrential rain that I would say, looking out to the south here, visibility is probably less than a quarter mile. It looks like, and the way the rain is moving right now, the wind kind of looks like a hurricane. In fact, the last time I saw the rain moving in this motion was several years ago when the Cowboy practice bubble was blown over, and there were several serious injuries there when the Cowboys' headquarters was still in Valley Ranch. So The most important thing is for people, if you're listening to us in your car, find a safe place to park, a well-lit parking lot, if you can find some lights. But anyway, find a safe place to park off of the road. Don't stop on the road. Don't stop on the shoulder. Don't keep driving and putting your flashers on. Just take an exit, go park it for a while. The storm will pass shortly, and then you can move on safely. But the worst thing that could happen in a storm like this now is to have a huge pileup, similar to what we saw down on I-35 in Waco earlier this year. We had tremendous thunderstorm winds that crossed I-35 down toward Waxahachie, and critical injuries to one truck driver who was blown over, and the freeway was blocked both directions for hours, and hours. So let's try to keep the roadways clear. Emergency vehicles are being called out. The Encore power crews are going to get out in the field as soon as it's safe to be there, and they'll start resetting as many of these local power outages as possible. But it's also likely that some of us are going to be without power for some time because of the physical damage to the power poles and power lines. Brian Draper did report on some power flashes. That would be power poles being blown down. The transformers kind of give off a greenish gas when they go down and explode. And he saw that around Texas Motor Speedway, and they were some of the first to go without power probably a little over an hour ago. Severe thunderstorm warnings continue in effect for all of the Dallas-Fort Worth area for at least another 30 to 45 minutes. Tarrant and Kaufman counties, a new severe thunderstorm warning for you both until at least 10:45. And David Pena in the control room, let me know if we have any other spotters or WBAP personnel ready to give us their information as well. We'll continue to do what we can do here. Go ahead, David. Yeah. Okay, we're in good shape right now. We'll continue to do what we can with what we have, as long as we can. And we can go for a while here. The lightning is just constant with this thunderstorm. And there's no way to tell whether there could be a small leading edge spin up, but chances are now, at least now, we're in northwestern Dallas County, and we've seen nonstop lightning. I mean nonstop lightning. A lightning stroke every 5 to 8 to 10 seconds, and then through the torrential rain, you can't see any clouds even. It's just rain and lightning right now, and everything in our neighborhood is blacked out, and probably in yours as well. Once we do get some news data coming in, we'll pass along the extent of the power outages, but it seems to be probably massive throughout our area. I will say this, that this storm event was well warned several days in advance. Back on Friday morning, the Storm Prediction Center had placed the Dallas-Fort Worth area under an enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms, and that shifted a little bit over the next 3 or 4 updates over 36 to 48 hours, but it turned out to be pretty true. And I've not heard anything out of Oklahoma City or Oklahoma tonight. All I've seen are Twitter feeds of some significant damage in rural parts of Oklahoma.